And because I did this myself, I can now order like 1/3 of a wetsuit. And when I finish the other car, it will add up to 2/3 of a wetsuit. And eventually I will have saved enough money that I can afford a nice wetsuit for my triathlons. May not always work out that way. Hey guys, Carl here. So we're back with car number 2. So the other day I shared with you the Lincoln Aviator and the work that we did on that car. This car here is my wife's car. It is a 99 Oldsmobile Cutlass. And as I was sharing, sometimes as age group athletes, money's tight and time's tight too. So we're trying to like balance all of this out and get a workout in. Unfortunately for me, I had to fix this car myself, but I kind of got into the place where I really enjoyed it. So what we needed to do is this car had a big old hole right here. This is all a repair. It was rusted out all the way down, all the way around the wheel well. And then also on this side over here, it was all rusted out. So I wanted to fix this car up because it has gotten to the point where, you know, we drive across the country for a lot of stuff. It's great for an in-town car, but it is not great to try to drive across the country in the middle of the winter. So we're gonna sell the car. I wanted it to be nice for whoever gets it. I did a lot of mechanical work, but also wanted it to look good. So we took a few steps to fix that. Inside, the liner was hanging down right here in the back. The liner was hanging all the way down. So we just used some spray adhesive and tacked that back up. It looks really well now. And the next thing that we needed to do was fix that area down below. So we broke out all of the rust, and then I used this sticky screen and I formed it to make the same shape that it should have been in that area. And then it has sticky stuff on it, so it kind of stuck in the area. Next thing I did was I took this Bondo glaze and I swirled it all around. There's inside of here, there's kind of a what you might call, my daughter would call slime. And we put a hardener in it and you just stir it all up and you smother it in that hole and you get it all in there. You let it dry up. It dries real hard after 24 hours or less. And then I went in with an orbital sander and just ground that away with an 80 to 120 grit. And then I followed that up with lesser grits till I kind of got down to where I wanted it and it seemed nice and smooth. And I came back with a body filler, and anything that was like a little hole that was still in there or a pit or a bubble, I filled that in. Then I came back with a sanding block, that the sanding block here, okay, hook and loop block sanding, and sanded that away till it was nice and smooth. Then I came back with this Duplicolor perfect match. All of these items you can buy at Amazon, your local AutoZone, but I just found it was easier just to order it all in one place for myself. And then I came back and masked it off with some masking tape, and look at that. Beautiful. So now somebody's gonna get a nice pretty car that mechanically works, and my wife and I can move on to something a lot more dependable for long road trips as we travel across the country, swimming, biking, and running, and doing all sorts of fun stuff when we can fit it in. All right, guys, so just a little bit of a reality, you know, another thing just like, you know, in life that we're doing to save money and allow us to have extra funds to go ahead and live the life we want to live. All right, well, it's the moment you've all been waiting for. Everybody has been asking what happened to the Lincoln, okay? If you don't know, what happened was I went to detail and clean the car for my wife, and that turned into an epic journey. We tore out the entire front dash, steering column, all of the seats, all the floor, all of the molding, all the carpeting, everything, down to the bare bones on the inside. Then we cleaned the car, fixed a whole bunch of stuff in there. And, well, did I put it all back together? So the answer is yes, I put it back together. There's only one screw left. I think it's the one that holds the steering wheel in. No, just kidding. All the screws got put in. The car is looking amazing. We fixed the leak that was in the sunroof that was coming down the front A column there. We also fixed the antenna that we didn't know was not connected to the radio, which is why the radio hasn't worked since we bought the car. We also fixed the air conditioner with a $1 part. It would have been a $1,500 to $2,000 job. And then we fixed a whole bunch of other stuff we didn't even know was wrong, or kind of knew was wrong, but didn't know how to fix because we came upon it. So the car is fixed. It's also polished, cleaned, detailed. As you can see, these were all fogged over. You couldn't even see inside of them. The car's polished. The front was peeling all the paint off, so we tore that back down to the original primer, cleaned it up. The inside is looking beautiful. All right, so give you a quick tour here. Everything is cleaned up, shined up, and looking amazing. So we did a compound polish on here, and then we put the final wax on. But she's looking good. She's ready to go. I think that Mama is very happy with how this car turned out. Now, a little something you don't know yet is there ended up being a big surprise in the end of this for Heather. A surprise that you're not going to expect was coming, but it did come. So I got the car all fixed up. Heather's loving it, but there is another surprise that's on the way. No, it's not a baby, okay? Nothing that cool, but to us, it's pretty cool, and to Heather, it was amazing. So this is the Lincoln Aviator all put back together, running better than ever, performing like the beast that it is, in the nimble, smooth ride that it's always been. All right, so there we are, the final product. Hope you enjoyed. So yes, I did have to buy all of those supplies. However, I will be able to do probably 10 waxes. I mean, a couple of years worth of waxing. And just in this one car, I saved enough to buy 1/3 of my wetsuit. And with that other car, I'm gonna save enough money to buy 2/3 of my wetsuit. So the next time I wax a car, I will have saved enough to buy the wetsuit I need for my triathlon races. All right, guys, so just tricks and tips, saving money, not necessarily saving time, but setting the mindset so that you can enjoy what you're doing and save a little money so that you have enough to save time in your race by buying that equipment you need. Take care.